This is a review of the Saddleback iPhone XS Max Boot Leather case. And in this video I'm going to do a quick overview of the case, really quick feedback on some of the things about it, and fit on the iPhone XS Max. So as you can see, this is a new product that Saddleback has launched recently. It's made of Veg-tanned boot leather, and it was created using a wet forming technique. So here's the case. So as you can see, I've had it for about 2 weeks now. It's developed kind of like a honey-like patina. It's supposed to get a lot darker. So the unique thing about this case is that it is made 100% of pure leather, nothing else, no plastic, no stitching, just leather. So I think this is one of the only cases on the market like that. So a few things to note about it, about the construction. First thing is it's just leather. As you can see, there's no metal or plastic or rubber or anything of the sort. So on the back you have one cutout for the cameras. At the bottom you can see that it's kind of open, just like the Apple leather cases. And on the side where the volume button is, you can see that it's been shaved down or cut down a little bit to make these indentations. And the same goes for the power button. So it's overall very minimalistic. The corners are sort of cut. It's part of the wet forming technique they use to shape the case in this manner. Case overall, it's kind of rigid. It's not particularly flexible. It's very rigid. So in a few seconds, I'll show you how it looks like on the iPhone XS Max. So to snap it in, all you have to do is take your iPhone and snap it in. Let me try to do this with one hand. It can be a little tricky sometimes with one hand. Alright, so here it is. So this is the iPhone XS Max in the Saddleback Boot Leather case. So as you can see, it's a pretty good fit, and it has a really good look to it. You can also already see some patinaing on the corners and the edges where your hands come in contact with the case. And here's the iPhone. So overall, it works pretty well. There are a few complaints that I have. And they have been getting better though, so it may be just a short-term kind of thing. The first is that these buttons are really tight. So it's really easy if you're grasping the phone with two hands. It's easy to take a screenshot, as you can see, because just with the slightest pressure on both sides, it activates the screenshot functionality of the iPhone. Now that can be turned off in settings, so it may not be the worst thing, but it can be kind of annoying taking accidental screenshots. So I'll go ahead and unlock the phone for a sec. Alright, so here's the phone, and you'll see that the volume buttons, they work. As you can see, it's working just fine. Sometimes, though, depending on how you're holding it, you may have some trouble getting the volume buttons but to work properly, just because of how tight the case is. But since it is leather, it should break in after maybe a few weeks of use. And when I first got the case, it was really bad. When I would hit volume up, it would actually trigger both the volume up and the volume down buttons. So it would be really hard to change the volume. And the same goes with the power button. If I at least applied a slight amount of pressure to the right-hand side, then that would cause a screenshot to be taken because the case was so tight. But over the course of 2 to 3 weeks, it's been getting a lot better, and the case is a lot more usable now. So this is a unique case. It's not as easy to use as the Apple case, which has metal and plastic and other stuff in it. But it's a very beautiful case, and the best thing about it is the patina is going to develop over time. It's very thick, rigid, veg-tanned leather, so it's going to develop quite a lot of character over time. So that's a quick review about the iPhone XS Max Boot Leather case by Saddleback Leather Company, a company in Dallas, Texas. They make some really great products. This case was 100% handmade, so it is something special, and no two will be the like. So if you're really into high-quality, full-grain leather and character in your case, this case will definitely outlast this phone or several phones. So the case can be found for I believe $85 on Saddleback's website.